I'm so sick of these damn loose bodies. Before this year, no one ever mentioned the word loose body. Suddenly, everybody's got them. Get me out of this elbow. Help me out.
Welcome back to another episode of Dodgers Debate. I'm Maddie Lee. Flashkey, you want to give us some opening words? You always start us off on the right foot.
I'm not going to push the panic button anymore. My fingers off the panic button, but only temporarily. Great series in San Diego.
It's hovering.
They killed the Angels. But let's face it, the Angels are the worst team in baseball, and the Padres aren't that good this year. Terrible hitting, terrible offense. Now they go to Milwaukee. And
Great bullpen, though.
Great bullpen until the ninth inning, Tuesday night. Best inning of the season, I thought. And I thought the key inning was not. It was a great at bat by Pages and the wild throw by Mason Miller. But I thought Max Muncy had the key play the whole inning.
ABS?
Yes.
Let's break down that inning for anyone who, hopefully everyone saw it, but anyone who forgets the details of it. Max Muncy draws a walk with a really key and very adamant ABS challenge. He tapped many times and very insistently. He draws a walk. They put Alex Call in as a pinch runner. He takes a early jump off of first base. Looks like he's about to get hosed. Mason Miller, best closer in baseball, Cy Young candidate, doesn't often have much traffic, doesn't often pick over, throws right past first base. Alex Call makes it to third. And then Andy Pages has a 9-pitch at bat, gets the sacrifice fly. Dodgers go ahead. It was insane.
Play at the plate, everything. It was exciting. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Play at the plate. And then the controversy over whether it should have been cut because it was offline. The throw from Tatis was offline.
There was like a little bit of everything in that inning.
The Padres really screwed that up because that ball never should have been cut off.
What do you think, Maddie? We went back and forth at my house about this.
Very hard throw. If it had been online, it almost certainly would have gotten called at the plate. It was a little up the line, and I cannot tell. I think that might have made it so that call could have gotten past it, but it's really hard to reconfigure because it obviously would have gotten through faster if you're not cutting it. But in order to cut it, they got it back to the plate. Unclear.
The at bat by Pages was unbelievable. I mean, he kept fouling all those balls, 6 straight balls. It was the best at bat of the season.
What is the best that Freddie Freeman has ever seen? No less.
But still, the whole key to the whole inning was Max Muncy tapping the helmet. That's the whole key to the Dodgers season so far. Is this the whole key to the Dodgers season? It is.
For all of that to unfold, you need Call to be the pinch hitter, and for Call to be the pinch runner, you need Max Muncy to be the one who gets on base. There's been a lot of talk about the jump, where obviously that play could have gone the other way. If Mason Miller had made a good throw, he's done. But I thought it was interesting. Dave Roberts explained it well post game, and I had conversations afterwards as well about no one would tell me what it was, which makes sense. But they had something on Mason Miller. Dave Roberts said as much. Alex Call said as much afterwards. So they were seeing something. They wanted desperately to get him to second base because they know how hard it is to score on Mason Miller. They saw the night before how hard it is to score on Mason Miller when he walked 2 guys to start an inning and they still couldn't score. So they need to get someone in scoring position. Took a calculated risk. Did not expect it to go the way that it went. Like, you don't expect Mason Miller to pick over. Their best case scenario was Alex Call steals this base, and now we have a man on second. And went way better accidentally than they could have planned. But I think Alex Call is getting torn to shreds a little bit online, and the way the Dodgers are taking it is actually he did what he looked at the scouting report we had. He did what we told him to do. It looked bad, but the process was right, and the result was even better than they could have expected.
So it's a matter of forcing the issue, sort of making.
Yeah, it's really amazing. The biggest Dodger play to date this season has been a fly out. Has been an actual out. Also, though, one of the biggest Dodger plays last postseason, Andy Paez at the plate, Orion Kerkering of the Phillies throws that ball away on the hit by Paez. So Paez he's forced it, like you said, Mary. I mean, he forces the issue. The Dodgers always force the issue.
There's another base running play the day before that also brought up a bunch of discussion. Dodgers had several chances to score runs in that game. They scored 0. But probably the closest one and the one that's caused the most debate was in the 6th inning when Shohei Ohtani had the swinging bunt. You had Ha-Seong Kim on first. He makes it to third. The throw is wild. Out in shallow right field, Tatis is jumping on the ball. Dino Abel, the third base coach, throws up a late stop sign. Kim slams on the brakes. Tatis ended up not actually coming up with the ball cleanly, and it looked like that may have cost them a run. They ended up not scoring the rest of the game. What is your guys' reaction in that moment? Would you have liked them to be a little more aggressive there, knowing that they just...
I was stunned he didn't score. I was stunned he didn't send him. It's so surprising to Dino. Dino's usually very smart like that and very aggressive, and I was stunned that he held it, especially with a Tatis who's so erratic out there. And by the way, Tatis has no home runs this year. They're one of the weirdest stats in all of baseball. No home runs this year.
I looked at it, and at first I also was like, come on, get the guy home, considering that they were having so much trouble with that. But stepping back from it and listening to sort of explanations and smart baseball people talk about it, and it was like, okay, well, you can't stop somebody and then start somebody. He didn't know Tatis was going to, do what he did out there. Mookie was coming up. Like, there are more factors obviously going through Dino's head than just go, go, go. But also to me, spoke to the Dodgers and they're aggressive in the right places and like famously conservative and risk averse otherwise, whether it's Shohei or plays like this sometimes. And I think it's sort of, I respect it because I'm like, just go, go, go. But but like, I don't know. They're like, they don't play from like you were saying, like yesterday, or you saying that they were desperate to get, call the second. But like, they're rarely ever actually desperate. I think they just have this like mindset that they're gonna figure something out. So when I looked at that play and thought about it afterwards, that's kind of where I landed.
The way that they explained it afterwards is it's all about timing, which you can't tell on the broadcast. So essentially, Dino has to make that decision as Kim is reaching third. Mm-hmm. He's got the angle to see both Kim and Tatis, and in that he has to make that decision as Tatis is grabbing the ball. And so at that moment, when Kim is reaching third, Tatis is jumping on the ball, it looks like with his arm strength, he can get Kim at home. So he throws up the stop sign, Kim sees it, it stops there. And then it looks bad afterward because on the broadcast, you're seeing cuts and you see the ball like that it's taking much longer than you'd expect. And Kim, like if Kim had gone, if he'd run through the stop sign, he would have scored. But it all comes down to you have to make that decision in that moment. You have 2 outs. So you don't want the inning to end with Mookie Betts about to come up to the plate and you have a play at home. I also think something I've learned about Dino already is he's more aggressive in a tie game or when the Dodgers are winning. And so I think that played a big role in it too, where it's like they're down 1. If it had been tied or if they'd been ahead, I think he would have just taken the risk.
I will say the one person who is never questioned, who never should be questioned in that Dodger clubhouse is Dino Abel. I mean, he's probably the most popular coach or player besides the Doc on the staff. I mean, the crowd loves him. Baseball loves him.
He's great.
He's a great one of the best baseball minds I've ever been around. So I'm not going to question him. I'm just going to say it looked weird at the time.
As a fan, and the broadcast does an amazing job. There's just, when you're getting clips and bits and pieces, it's really hard to see the timing of plays, and you need that, either the angle that the third base coach is at or the overhead view, and often we just don't get that.
So Maddie, was he questioned in the press box real time?
There was definitely discussion about whether he should have sent him, for sure. We were going back and forth, but it also, the bobble is what did it. The bobble is what makes the timing actually interesting.
I'm just so stunned that Tatis has no home runs. I just can't get my arms around that. That's
wild. It's wild.
Yeah, they've been weird.
Yeah,
it's like the guys
they're all been so bad.
Yeah, the guys who you think should, honestly, kind of like the Dodgers for much of this year, the guys who you think should be having great years, slow starts at the plate. And the Padres have been able to survive it because their bullpen is so good. The Dodgers, it's more been, I mean, their whole pitching staff has been pretty good.
And now
tremendous bullpen.
The bullpen has been awesome for the Dodgers, even with, I mean, you lose Edwin Diaz, you think there's going to be a big drop off, and
then they get the Tanner Scott they thought they had last year.
Yeah, they've been great. They've really held this team together, and to go like toe to toe with that Padres bullpen, I think says a lot.
I think the bullpen has like 10 scoreless games in a row or something like that. It's an incredible stat.
I believe it's 28 innings, something like that. Yeah, so good on them. The rotation has had a lot of injuries. We've talked about this. We got the update on Snell. He did undergo the nano needle scope procedure, so that should cut down his recovery time by potentially
more
a
loose
month.
Bodies. I'm so sick of these damn loose bodies. Before this year, no one ever mentioned the word loose bodies. Suddenly, everybody's got them. It's like the flu or something. It's weird.
So are those are
everybody's got loose bodies.
Well, so I think really, like, I think it's a terminology thing. I think it's before we'd say he got a cleanup.
It's gross to say loose bodies.
It's gross. And then you have the image of them just floating around in there.
Alien.
Get me out this elbow. Get me out this elbow. Help me out. I'm a loose body. In fact, I guarantee for Halloween, Dodger kids all over Southern California going to
great idea, actually. I'm gonna have really my son. I'm gonna tell him
I'm a loose body.
Well, I love too that for some reason now we've gotten really detailed about like what those loose bodies look like when they come out. So it's like, oh yeah, it was like the size and shape of a lima bean, or like, oh, it looked like a shark tooth.
The whole thing just grosses me out. We should be able to follow baseball, not get grossed out about loose bodies.
Oh well, Snell has no more loose bodies in his elbow.
So the
that is
Eric Lauer is kind of a loose body. He kind of fights.
He's a loose body.
He's
a walking loose body. The Blue Jays cut him because just dumped him because he questioned their using a starter for him in the rotation, right?
I don't know if that was the reason, but both of those things did definitely happen. He had he also hadn't been very good. He 11 home runs already. It had been rough, and then then he's asked about the opener.
The opener, yeah.
He said he did not like it. That created a bunch of controversy, a lot of discussion. He cleared it up. He talked the other day, pre-game in the dugout, and he was like, I didn't expect it to cause so much. Like, I really just thought that he essentially explained it like, if you ask any starter what they think about an opener, they're gonna be like, no, I would rather not have an opener. But he says that he cleared it up with the Blue Jays at the time, like immediately went and talked to people, and that he doesn't have an issue. If the Dodgers ask him to pitch behind an opener, there's not going to be an issue. He, of course, would prefer not to, but he's not going to. He understands it's part of the game.
In Eric Lauer's career, against one team, he's got a 7-2 record with a 2.90 ERA. That's the Dodgers. He's good against the Dodgers. Why do they want him? He's good against them. Why do you want to pitch for him?
Well, it's one of those things. You see somebody pitch well against you, you think we can use that.
He's better against the Dodgers than anybody else he's pitched in his career.
He's a stopgap, right? Like they have so many guys. Like this is, it and like we mentioned, the Padres are not that scary, and the Dodgers just need like a stopgap for now, and they're going to be fine.
Can we stop the debate about whether Shohei should hit when he starts? He should hit.
I've written this so many times. I'm over it.
Just leave him in there. Stop talking about it. Just leave him in there.
Or do what they're doing, because obviously that's working.
I'm guessing Shohei would like it better if you just did it. Just left him in there and just leave him alone.
I think Shohei will like it when he's fresher later.
So you say go ahead and
not always. Like obviously, if he's feeling great, if he's seeing the ball, if he feels good, and he's in position, and it's in a game that matters, you want to beat the Padres.
You're paying him $700 million to pitch and hit. Let him pitch and hit. Let Shohei be Shohei. Let him be Shohei.
They're not paying him anything yet, basically, because they're going to pay him later. But this guy, he is a human being at the end of the day, and they know him better than anybody on the outside does. And he's 31, not 27. Like if there are days where it makes sense for him to curtail his workload, which is an incredible workload that's larger than anybody else's, so that he's fresher later.
I love this debate. I'm sure we will have it again next week because it will still be a topic, and they will have chosen something different. So can't wait to hear you guys really lean into these points next week.
To Max Monday.
Well, before we end this episode, they're going to Milwaukee next, and Bill, I believe you have. I can't get out of this without hearing story time, which has become my new favorite thing.